This the NC beat. I got a freak elite like Pablo Pete. 980 the Neo folders where the Charlotte leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox like crack foes, like the locks. We knock
Make
both.
sure y'all share the live tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in.
How I can't even announce my parents' script and reach the doc. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson, for real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
Yes, you got to be more careful when you come around here to these NC Beat streets. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. I really appreciate y'all for coming on. We have a very, very, very important story to get to in South Carolina. 29-year-old Alexis Ware is still missing. It has been 2 years since she disappeared mysteriously, okay, on January the 30th, 2022. Okay, this past January 30th, this year, make 2 years that she mysteriously vanished, okay, from a 7-Eleven gas station on Highway 29 North, okay, in Anderson, South Carolina. Tonight, her mom is coming back to the NCB to talk to us about the case. And let me say this. This story is so heartbreaking because people in Anderson, South Carolina know what happened to Alexis Ware. And TJ, Travis Patterson, is in prison right now. He was given 13 years behind bars for a slew of felony charges, attempted murder, robbery. He has all kinds of charges. And it seems like that he thought that he was going to get away with whatever he did or whoever helped him or whoever is associated with doing whatever happened to Alexis Ware, but she is still missing. Now, if you don't know who TJ Patterson is, let me show you who he is. This is Travis Patterson right here. Okay, in February, he was sentenced to 30, excuse me, not 30. I was about to say 30 years. He gonna get it though. He was sentenced to 13 years in prison for a slew of felony charges, which we are going to get into later on tonight. So I want to thank everybody that's tuned in right now. Please share the live. Tell someone that we will be talking about this dog right here tonight. Okay, we will be bringing Miss Alberta up to talk about her daughter's story, and just, you know, to give you guys some more clarity on what's going on. For you all who don't know who Alexis Ware is, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her story. Now, before I get into a little bit about her story, I want to say that Alexis had been trying her hardest to get away from TJ because he had been abusing her. He would abuse her. He would beat her. And I have pictures of her face, things that he did. And we also have an email, okay, that she had sent to a place in Atlanta, Georgia, because she wanted to move from South Carolina to get away from him. She wanted to take her and her son and her daughter with her to Atlanta, okay, to open up her own boutique down there and to get a new life and to get away from TJ because he had been abusing her. Okay, and I want you to follow this story so you'll understand what's going on and what happened. But she had detailed to this apartment complex in Atlanta. She told them what she was going through. She attached text messages to show how abusive TJ was to her and how important it was for her and her child to get away. And she would never leave her kids, despite these conspiracy theorist bloggers who are really not bloggers. They're not credible. Okay. They just like to put out false information. Okay. But we go to the facts and we get the facts. Okay. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about her story before we get to Miss Alberta tonight, her mom. And I'm going to show you this email and how bipolar this TJ guy is. Okay. And as you're coming in tonight, make sure you let us know where you are watching from. All right. Okay, so let me put Alexis picture back up here, okay? Because I want you guys to see this beautiful woman, okay? And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what happened. Now, on January 30th, 2024, it had been 2 years since the unexplained disappearance of Alexis Ware, a 30-year-old mother from Greenville, South Carolina, who had mysteriously vanished in Anderson, okay? Now, in 2023, Alberta Gray-Simpkins, the mother of Alexis, told us that Travis Patterson, the father of Alexis' child, may have been involved in her disappearance. I'll show you a picture of Travis right here again. Now, despite these suspicious things that the mom relayed to the police department, Anderson County Sheriff's Office had cleared Travis of any involvement, citing that his ankle monitor data had, was proof of his location. Law enforcement authorities stated that the GPS data from Travis's ankle monitor, indicated that he had stayed home following the pickup of his son and Alexis's daughter. Now, over the weekend spanning January 28th, okay, through the 30th of 2022, Alexis had visited her mother's residence, okay, accompanied by her children. During this visit, Alexis had told her mom about a feeling about being pursued by an individual that she had described as the devil. But Miss Alberta told the North Carolina Beat that Alexis did not tell her who she was referring to as the devil, but she did say that Alexis also told her that she didn't feel like that she would make it to her 30th birthday, which was 2 months ahead. Now, despite Alberta's questioning her daughter and asking Alexis, what's going on, who's bothering you and what's happening, she did not disclose the information. So on the 30th, that Sunday, Alexis had went back to her home. Okay, when she got back to her home, she later that afternoon, she left around noon, and then she called her mama later that day and, was talking on the phone, letting her know they had made it back home and that she was getting ready to take a nap. Now, hours after that, Miss Alberta gets a phone call from TJ. And when TJ calls Miss Alberta, he's asking her, have you heard from Alexis? Do you know where she's at? We can't get in contact with her. So Miss Alberta said that she talked to him for a few minutes and she's going to get up here and explain to you what he told her at that time. But she said that she hung up with TJ and she called Alexis and Alexis did not pick up the phone. Okay. Now, it was later determined from security footage, you really couldn't see what happened because a truck had came in the camera view while they were at the gas station. But TJ has said that Alexis was supposed to have been following him home after they exchanged their child. Okay. And he said that she went around him, sped up, and took a right at a traffic light, and she has not been seen ever since. Okay. Now, before we go on, and I'm skipping over a little bit of things because I'm going to bring Miss Alberta up in a little bit, and we're going to walk through this so you guys can get some more details into the story. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to put up an email. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. I want to put up this email and I want you guys to read it with me so you guys can see what Alexis was sending this apartment complex in Atlanta. She was trying to get away from South Carolina. She said, hey, wanted to reach back out to you. We spoke before, but I never told you my reasoning on wanting to leave. I'm trying to leave an abusive relationship on all levels. I wasn't strong enough then, but I'm now. My life, my kids are more important. My kids don't deserve to see me this way. And after putting up with his violence all that time and the chance I had to leave, then I didn't take it because he went to jail right after I was his first phone call. He begged and said he needed me. After all the disrespect, beating me up, when I found out he's cheating, the list goes on. I ended falling back after I spoke with you because he ended up going to jail and put in my head he needed me and he didn't have nobody but me. So all last year, I stayed trying to help. Now, this is a text message from 2022, okay? Email, January 23rd, 2022, okay? All right. Are y'all following? Okay. She said he put in my head he needed me. He didn't have nobody but me. So all last year I stayed trying to help him beat a life sentence. I spent all my savings on him, 2 lawyers, plus everything else he asked me to do. I know I spent over $50,000 that was saved to leave here with and for my kids. He took everything from me to now I have nothing. And in the end, it's me and my kids suffering. I got him out just to be hit 2 times in 2 months in front of my kids. And now we're not even together. I made his leave my home, but I feel the more I stay around him, he's going to really hurt me one day. I got to leave, and I'm trying to leave fast and quietly. I need help. He don't know how to just co-parent and move on. He still wants to control me. And the messages I'm about to send you is just 2 weeks. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I have to find it. Okay. It's just 2 weeks ago up until now. You'll see the narcissist, but I know for a fact I'm done. But if I can play it cool long enough, excuse me. But if I can play it cool long enough, that's what I'm doing. But I'm in fear of my life. And as long as I'm here, I see through these messages, he's going to sweet talk his way back in. But this time I'm done. I want to leave here as soon as can, quietly as I can. He's on GPS to protect his victims in his pending case, which is he's been sentenced to 13 years on. Okay. He actually told me on the phone the only reason why he ain't smoked me yet is only because he's on GPS. He can't get away with like that like he did in the past. All this because he can't stand to see me move on and be with nobody else. You're going to see the loving, the controlling, and the manipulative narcissist he is. And this time, I can't let this chance pass me to get away because that same GPS controls his every move. He can't even leave out of town. He has a 9 p.m. curfew for now. So this is my shot. All these messages you're about to see, I've heard the same sorry, I'll never hurt you again for the last 4 years. And that never changed. And we're not even together. And he still thinks it's okay to beat on me. But now he did this in front of our 2-year-old son, his mom and dad, and other family members, all for nothing. But I realized by me trusting his family, bringing the kids to their home for him, he seeked this opportunity to put his hands on me. I was just dropping my son off. And all him and his family was concerned about was why I called the police. I got to get out while I got the chance now. He already killed 2 people years ago in his past, early teens, which is why he did jail time, only 10 years. But yet he didn't learn from that. He got back out here and now have 10 high aggravated pending charges. But the lawyer I paid for him so good, he's going to beat this case. Seems like he didn't. Seems like he pleaded guilty. I feel so used. I still have the Section 8. They have already told me if I need an emergency move, they would do all they can to help me. They ran his background and is full aware of his criminal activity. It's to the point I don't know who to trust. One person could tell him what I'm trying to do, so I have to cut ties with everyone. When we get our son now, I don't see him. I've been meeting his mom or a family member off the highway. Anderson is 45 minutes from Greenville. So if they can work with me like that, I was going to continue to meet his mom or family member halfway from Georgia in between Anderson to get his son. Never bringing none of them to my home or letting them know where I live. Big as Georgia is, as long as I can control it, he'll never find out. I just need your help. Okay. So this is what, hold on. So just 7 days, excuse me, y'all. So just 7 days before she was last seen, she sent this email to a place in Georgia where she was trying to get a place to stay. She was trying to get away from Travis. And she was concerned about her kids. She helped this man, spent out $50,000 on her, taken out of her own children's accounts to help him, just for him to turn around and allegedly do this to her. Now, I want to show you guys. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick before I put it up on the screen. I want to show you all. Hold on. Now, listen, all of the text messages are on our website. Okay, all you got to do is go to our website, search Alexis Ware, and you can see all the text messages that she sent this lady, Miss Monique, in this email. Okay. Now, I do want to put this text message up where TJ told Alexis that he hated her. Okay, hold on. He says, "You just don't know how much I hate you and want to hurt you. Don't fucking text me, period." She says, "I won't. I'll just go through your mom about everything. Don't worry." He said, "Bitch, die." Okay. Now, After he sent that text message, in another text message, he apologized to Alexis for what he did. And he says that you was never supposed to put no police involved with nothing. Hold on, let me get that text message because there's a lot of them up here. Hold on. Okay, he says, man, I'm wrong for what I did. Real talk. But you was never supposed to put no police involved with nothing. Now look, shaking my head. Damn, I can't be mad at nobody but myself, shaking my damn head. I just want to run and get away from everything. She says, I didn't make you do what you did. I was simply trying to be cordial with you about our child, shaking my head. How can you not expect me to be upset when I didn't do nothing to you? Big as you are compared to me, big of a man compared to a female. I couldn't even defend myself, but that's that hate coming out, I guess. I don't know. I can sit here all day trying to figure that out or understand why it happened, but I'll never know. You said things just like I did, but in all honesty, out of a natural person's reaction, I said what I said. Don't mean I meant that, but don't matter what was said or how I felt about it. It was never a thought to bring a physical harm to you, but I don't know. Maybe I love definitely. Hell, I only mentioned the police really to make you not want to put your hands on me. And when you still did, made me feel like you were really, and then you can go to the website to get the rest of the text messages. But then I want to show you this message right here. Now, in another text message, Alexis sends Travis a picture of her face bloodied and beaten along with some words. In response, he says he doesn't remember what happened because he blacked out. Now, as you can see, this is a photo of Alexis Ware, face brutally beaten, bruised, bloodied. Okay. She says, is this how you want to see me? I can't even look in the mirror right now. We got off the phone last night. I cried till I fell asleep. I don't want to see myself like this. What if one day I'm not breathing at all? I just really hope this is a wake-up call. My mind all over this place. I don't know what to think or how to feel. He says, I honestly don't remember what really happened. It's like I blinked out. But on God, you never have to worry about this again. But he kept on beating. He kept on bruising. He kept on beating. He kept on bruising. Kept on beating Alexis Ware until we can't find her no more. Sad story. So let me put up this other text message. I believe this is it right here. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, did I put it up? Okay, so in this text message right here, this is another text message that he sends her, okay? Or, him basically asking her, you want me in jail, or whatever. And she says, you're going, motherfucker. You can't even be grown about our fucking child. Bitch, if you done, you done. The fuck you need to put your fucking hands on me for? Then think you're not going to get locked the fuck up. You did it to yourself. He says, Les, I'm hurt. I'm sorry for everything. Don't take me from my son for real. Fuck you, she says. Real talk, Les, I'm hurt. Call them and don't come for real. Les, damn, my B-Day coming up. She says, F you again. Les, you gonna take me from my son? ... Tell them people you good, Lex, for real. She says, fuck you. Stop fucking texting me. Lex, don't do that for real. Now, in my opinion, and in Miss Alberta's opinion as well, and I'm sure she has plenty more, but this is probably one of the reasons why he didn't want Lex to take their son away from him. Okay. So Travis then sends Miss Alberta, Alexis's mom, a message apologizing. Okay. This is what he says. First off, like I told you before, Ma, I'm sorry for putting my hands on Lex. It's really bothering me. I love Lex to death. Don't want nobody but her. I can't see myself with anyone else. Yeah, I'm disappointed because she called the police and they said it's up to the judge if he issued a warrant for me, which they want me bad. I don't know if I will be able to see my son again, but just know I love you, babe. Much respect for you. I never disrespected you. I acknowledge you as my mother too. Whatever happened, if I go back to jail, please make sure my son's straight. That's all I want. I love you, Ma, again. I'm sorry for everything. You remember I told you I wanted to get married with Lex. I meant that. That's what I wanted and still want. I can't see myself with anyone else that you have shown me her loyalty and love. I wouldn't dare give another female my heart. Yeah, I might have gave them sex in the past, but not my heart. She has my heart and always will. She the mother of my first child. I just want to move forward from this and have my family back. I want to go back to old school way. Fuck social and everything else outsiders as well. I pray that you find forgiveness in your heart for everything and all the pain I have caused. Love, whatever he said. If y'all can see it. Okay. To my moderators, anybody coming in my chat, victim shaming, block them. Please block them straight from the page. Straight from the page. At some point, you find time to go on your page. Tonight, we ain't doing that. Okay. Okay, so now, this is such a sad story. Okay, so after that, Alexis is chatting with a friend about a photo showing a black eye that she had got from Travis, TJ, right here. Okay, this is a photo of her. Let me see. Can you guys see it? After picture. Okay. The kids are with Miss Alberta. Okay. Yeah. Oh, let me go back. Let me go back. Both of Alexis's eyes in this photo are blackened. Just for your information. Okay. Both of her eyes are blackened in this in this photo. But TJ know what happened to Alexis. He knows what happened to Alexis. He knows what happened to her. And the truth of the matter is, he knows it's going to be found out, that she's going to be found, and he knows that he going to have to come clean about what happened to Alexis, because you was the last one with her. You was the last person with her. He was the last person that was with her. Okay. Now, we're gonna bring Miss Alberta up. Miss Alberta, are you ready? We're gonna bring Miss Alberta up. Let me see here. Okay. Hey, Miss Alberta.
Hey.
Whew, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I know this is it's been 2 years since your daughter went missing mysteriously. And I wanted to bring you back up here again so that we could talk about a story again and see if there's any updates or in the case. Before we jump right in, I wanted to basically just say that according to you, Miss Alberta, when we last talked, after your daughter had left this gas station and she supposedly was following Travis and went around him and made this right at this traffic light. Um, her car was later found. What was it, like 2 days or 3 days later?
Yes.
It
February
was,
2nd.
yeah, February the 2nd. Her car was found, and they found her phone, her bonnet. They found clothes in her car, and the car was actually found in Abbeville, correct?
No. In
Okay, where
McCormick.
And
McCormick.
McCormick, excuse me, in McCormick. I'm sorry. It was found in McCormick. Now, they did find fingerprints, and we do know that there has been a lot of speculation online about who the fingerprints belong to. And then at one point, the police did not say who the fingerprints belong to, but according to you, the fingerprints or the only fingerprints that they said they found was those of Alexis, right?
Right.
Can you tell us about when you were told about the fingerprints being found in her car?
In one of the meetings that we had.
Okay, in one of the meetings that you all had. And
Mhm.
did they tell you like where exactly in the car did they find the fingerprints or on the outside of the car?
Only in the driving area.
Oh, in the driver area.
Yeah.
Now, for Miss Alberta, for people who don't know who you are, can you just kind of tell us who you are and how your fight for your daughter has been going since 2022?
Well, I'm Alexis' mom. Alexis is one of 7 children that I have, and she was my third child. And when they, when we would have these meetings, um, it was different stuff that I was paying attention to. So I knew right away that she just wasn't a missing person. I
Yeah.
knew something had happened.
Mhm. Mhm. So, the weekend that Alexis went missing, prior to that and prior to me bringing you up, I went over an email that Alexis had sent to a place down in Atlanta where she was trying to get a
Mhm.
place at. Can you tell the people how you come about the email? Because you gave us the email, but can you tell the people who don't know how you came about that email? And can you kind of explain to us if Alexis shared to you what she shared in those emails to those individuals down in Atlanta?
Right. After the incident that took place on January 7th, um, where she tried to drop her son off for the weekend,
Mhm,
um, what actually happened that weekend was when she asked him for her door key back,
mhm,
that's when he punched her in her head like he
mhm.
did. And
Yeah.
she called me and she said that he hit her in the head like 5, 6 times. And
Mhm.
that stemmed from her asking for her key back.
Wow.
And so, when he did the live and he said that um, he left Lex didn't leave him. He had been gone since October.
Mhm.
Lies.
Yeah.
Um, y'all broken up, but you didn't want to give her a key back. And that
Right.
was her main reason for asking for it.
Mhm.
If we're not together, we're done. I don't want him in and out my house.
Yeah.
And that's why she asked for her key.
Yeah.
And after that weekend happened,
Mhm.
Lex, she sat in her apartment. She was saddened by what had just taken place. She didn't want to see anybody. The only person that she would talk to was me.
Yeah.
Um, so after she sat in the house for the whole week after that, she finally said, Ma, I know exactly what I'm getting ready to do now.
Mhm.
And so she actually went over in detail what her plan was and
Yeah.
why she made that decision. That's because she had did so much for him,
Mhm.
only for him to get out on bond and continue to treat her the same way he treated
Yeah.
her before he even went in.
Mhm. Mm.
And she was tired. She was done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when she made the decision to move to Atlanta, she sat and she thought about everything that had taken place
Mhm.
and why she felt like she was making the right decision to do what she was doing.
Yeah.
And I was all for it.
Yeah.
She told me that she really didn't feel like she had a reason to stay other than me. And she said,
Yeah.
Mom, I'm coming.
Mhm.
So I was all right with her wanting to move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
And so that's That's when she finally wrote that email.
Mhm. Mhm.
And even the Sunday that she wrote that email,
Yeah.
nobody knows that she actually got in her car and drove around all day that Sunday up until like 9 o'clock that night when
Yeah.
she called me on the 23rd. When she called me on the 23rd, she told me that she had been riding around all day is because he had threatened to come to Greenville and do something to her. So she jumped in the car, her and the kids ride around all day till she felt like it was safe to
Mhm.
go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so and that's late. So
Mhm.
they out like that all day, and she didn't call anybody. She didn't even call me until
Mhm.
once they went home that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
And so let me call let me
Go
put you
ahead.
on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, she got to get the babies together, y'all. Those are Leslie's babies, so she got to get the babies together. But while she's handling the babies, I do want to bring up something. There was a video that I did want to play of TJ, but y'all know I'm slowing trying to get my stuff together. I be having a lot going on. But there was a video that I wanted to play, but it's gonna take a minute to get it back up there. So while we're waiting on Miss Alberta to come back, y'all share the live. Make sure you tag somebody that's in Anderson, South Carolina, and Greenville, South Carolina. Okay. Now, I do want to say that during the police's investigation, okay, and I want y'all to follow along, but during police investigation of looking for Alexis, they did say on January 30th at 8:35, her cell phone had pinged in Abbeville County, okay? And surveillance cameras had captured her car leaving a Belton Woods apartment around 7:30 p.m. and then again at 8:50 on that same day. Now, we're going to get a little bit more into that in a few moments. Okay, Miss Alberta, you are ready. All right.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. Finish back off where you was at, Miss Alberta.
So like I said, she didn't call me even that night until once she got back to her apartment, and then
Right.
she told me why she had been riding all that evening like that. So when this happened on the 7th,
Mm-hmm.
that was the first time that she actually told me
That he had been.
what was going
Yeah.
on. So, that let me know, for her to let me know that this had been going on throughout their relationship, she was tired.
Yeah.
She was tired. She was done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she know I wouldn't have went for that. I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have never went for that.
Yeah.
And I guess with her, wanting to make it work with him, and how some girls are just so adamant, with trying to hold on to um a person thinking that they can change them. And
Yeah.
Alexis, the only thing she wanted was love. She just
Yeah.
wanted to be loved. That's all she wanted. And
Yeah.
and so once she realized that she wasn't gonna get that white picket fence with him,
Mm-hmm.
that's when she told me what was going on. Other before that, she hid it. She hid
Yeah.
it from me. you
Yeah.
know. And then out the blue, I started seeing all these, once she went missing, I'm seeing all these different pictures and stuff like that on Facebook, stuff that I knew nothing about that she actually kept from me.
Yeah.
As
And
far as
what are some of those pictures that you were seeing, Miss Alberta?
um, well, the first one that I saw with the blood running down her face, I
Yeah.
actually saw that firsthand
Okay,
because when
gotcha.
I talked to her
Mhm.
that night, I'm looking at her face.
Mhm.
We talked on video,
Yeah.
and if it has happened before that, she never would have called me on video for me to see that.
Yeah.
But I actually saw it the night it actually happened, and she sat in her car. She
Mhm.
was waiting for the police to come, and she said, "Mom, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. All I want to do is co-parent. Why is it that we can't be grown adults
Yeah.
and co-parent? Why did he think he got to put his hands on me? and
Mhm.
I'm just tired of it. So
Yeah.
she actually sat in his mom and dad's yard for the police to come. And of
Mhm.
course, they lied for him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once they got there, they lied for him.
Mhm.
But yeah, and still they the first ones to go on social media and say that TJ and his family loved her
Mhm.
more than her mom and her own family.
Yeah.
But his family watched him beat her,
Yeah.
and then lie for him.
Yeah. And she
You
said it.
know, even that night, his mom lied for him and told the police that she hit him first. She never hit him. She
Yeah.
never hit him. But
Yeah.
they actually lied for him and said that she hit him first. She even told me that when she was trying to get out the house, get away from them, she reached for their house phone and they said, everybody's screaming, get the phone. She's trying to call the police, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
told her that night, keep your ass out of Anderson
Yeah.
because that boy will kill you and his family will cover it up. And
Yeah.
I told her that night,
Yeah.
that night.
Yeah.
And but as far as his child, she wouldn't have never kept his son from him. Never. She
Yeah.
had no, she had no intentions to try to keep his
Yeah.
son from him at
Yeah.
all.
And she even said it in the email. She said that she would meet off the highway, in Anderson or in a place between Georgia and wherever he lives, so that they can exchange the son. But she would never go back to, the house because he
Right.
always found the opportunity to, jump on her.
And
Now,
even though she spoke about the GPS monitor,
yeah,
so she thought she was good
right.
because
That's true
he
as
had
well.
this GPS monitor.
Yeah, yeah,
But she really wasn't.
yeah.
She really
She really
wasn't.
wasn't.
You
Wow.
know.
So she sends this email on the 23rd. And for all
Mhm.
of those who don't know, 29-year-old Alexis Ware went missing on January the 30th, 2022, after she was last seen at a 7-Eleven gas station on Highway 29 North in Anderson, South Carolina. She was last seen with her baby father, her son's father, um, Travis Patterson, who you see right here, Travis TJ Patterson. Okay. And it's just so many moving parts to the story. She has not been seen since, and we about to walk through this story now. Miss Alberta, 7 days, 6 days before she comes to your house for the weekend, your granddaughter, your grandson comes down with her on January 28th, right? So can you
Right.
Alexis did tell you some things while she was there. Can you tell us those things that she were confiding in with you about?
Right. This didn't happen until she got here that weekend. Up until that, on the 23rd, that's when she, sent out that email. On the 25th, she was approved to break her lease and
Yeah.
move to Atlanta, where the housing case manager that she would have got once she got to Atlanta,
Yeah.
they all three were on the phone on the 25th.
Mhm.
The case manager in Greenville, the one in Atlanta, and the apartment manager where she stayed, all three were on the phone together, and they pushed until they got her approved to vacate her apartment and move to Atlanta by 12 noon on the 25th.
Mhm.
Alexis made the fateful decision to tell TJ Patterson that she was moving to Atlanta on the 26th. On the 26th.
Mm. Right.
She shouldn't have never told him.
Yeah. Because he
And
already
people
had the mindset that she was going to try to take his son away from him.
and people think, oh, that granddaughter knows something and they making her be quiet. I'm not making my grandbaby be quiet. My grandbaby keeps telling me the same thing over and over and over and over and
Can you
over.
tell us what she told you?
No. One of the things that she told me is that When her mom told TJ that she was moving to Atlanta, he told her, Lex, do not try to leave town with my son, or I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something to you.
Yeah.
He said that to her on the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things that took place on the 28th leading up to her disappearance.
Yeah.
And so when they tried to play her for crazy, you know, talking about her riding around, yeah, all that was a factor.
Yeah.
You know, she was scared. She was scared. So she rode around, yeah, all day that Thursday. And the only reason why she came in is when she told my niece, can you cash out me some gas money?
Mm-hmm.
And my niece said, I'll cash up you if you promise me that you will go to your mom. And on the 28th, she was here.
Yeah.
I could tell my daughter was stressed. She looked like she had lost weight.
Yeah.
She wasn't eating. Even though I tried to feed her that night, she still wasn't eating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she I'm looking at the kids and I'm looking at her and she just all over the place. Mentally, she was all over the place, stressed. And the kids, so I'm making sure her kids eat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a shower and she laid down and she still couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
She was just she was all in her phone. She wouldn't stop. You know, that's why I tell them there's stuff in her phone. It got to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched her on her phone the whole night.
Yeah.
You know, and even that Saturday, all day that Saturday, you know, and I don't get why people want to say, oh, she changing her story. Ain't nothing I done said from the beginning to now has changed.
Yeah. Your story has all been the same.
I've always said what happened that Sunday would have happened that Saturday. I listened to him beg her to come to Anderson all day that Saturday. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
listened to that. And him pretending to reach out to me, but he didn't have a problem reaching out to me once he got his son from her that
Yeah.
Sunday. You know, I I couldn't understand why, you know, and a lot of people was confused about why did she leave her apartment once she got home? Why did she leave? You know, I had talked to her around 3 o'clock on video, and I'm looking at my child in her bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was in her bed. And the next thing I know, you know, I'm getting a phone call asking me, have I heard from her?
Mm-hmm.
That's all a setup.
And who? And TJ was the one that called you.
Exactly.
Now, can you tell us what did he tell you on that phone call, Miss Alberta, when he called you? Because you didn't know that Alexis was going anywhere. You thought she was going, her and the kids going back
She
home.
wasn't going anywhere. She
Yeah.
wasn't going anywhere. When
Yeah.
she left here, she said, Mom, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I just want to go home and get in my own bed. You know, people say why she didn't make her child stay? She was a grown woman.
Yeah.
You know, how can you make a grown woman stay?
No, yeah.
She
Right.
wanted to go home.
Yeah.
What could I do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, she left here and she went home. She never had intentions on leaving back out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She said, I got to get Naomi situated for school. And I just want to get in my own bed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alexis had not made it home.
Yeah.
You know, when I felt like she should be home, I called her. And she was at home in her bed.
Yeah.
She was in her bed.
Yeah.
Greenville is 86 miles from me.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me an hour and 30 minutes to get to Greenville from here.
Yeah.
When I felt like she should be home, that's when I called her.
Right. Yeah.
She never had intentions on leaving back out. And her daughter confirmed it.
Yeah.
She never had intentions on leaving back out. So then you got Patterson saying that he didn't know uh, that she was coming to Anderson until she got there.
Yeah. So he claimed.
Lie,
Yeah.
lies. The same way I listened to him call her all day that Saturday. Once she got home, my granddaughter said he kept calling, kept calling. Lex would not answer the phone. Finally, Lex answered the phone. She
Mm-hmm.
finally answered. So the confusing part of why did she leave back out? That's why.
Yeah.
That's why. Because when she finally answered that phone and he wanted her to come to Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
she told him, look, I have no intentions on leaving back out. I'm tired. I have to get my child ready for school tomorrow. And besides, I don't have the gas to come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is when he told her, if you bring me my son, I'll put some gas in your car. So if he ain't had nothing to do with her disappearance, why lie about when that conversation took place? Because my granddaughter said it took place before they even left the apartment.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
the confusion part about her even leaving her apartment,
Mm-hmm.
there it is.
That's crazy.
There it
That's
is.
that's crazy. So that's their answer. That's y'all answer to y'all wondering why she left her apartment. Um now when they got to I do want to get to this part. Now, when they got to the gas station, we do know that TJ got a son, but Alexis' daughter also went with them, correct?
Hmm.
Now, throughout the investigation, the investigators said that this is what they said, that TJ's GPS monitoring was uh was tracking back to his house. He never left out after he got back there. But your granddaughter had said some things correct about uh TJ's location when he got home. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Was that a little bit more that we weren't supposed to go on? Was that a little bit we weren't supposed to go into? I know the other stuff about the other stuff, but what she said, because she did say that he wasn't there, right?
Right.
Can you tell us a little?
And it's we're gonna leave it right there where she said that he wasn't he the fact that he said that he never left back out,
Mhm.
not so.
Yeah.
Not
So
so.
so
So as far as the details on how we know that,
yeah, we ain't gonna go into that.
just gonna
Yeah,
hold on to that.
yeah, we're gonna hold on to that. So just just we're gonna hold on to that. But um he went back out. Okay. Um wow.
And
Now
people,
go ahead.
they got this misconception about me.
Go ahead.
A lot of people don't even know who I am and don't know the relationship that me and my daughter had. We
Yes,
were
ma'am.
more than just, mother and daughter.
Mhm,
That girl meant everything to me. And
yes,
if they think I'm gonna take this,
mhm.
they got another thing coming. Cause Lex mama done kept her PI hat on the whole time.
Yes, ma'am. You've done incredible work in pursuit of finding out what's going on and who is involved with your daughter's disappearance. So you are doing a really good job. Um, I wanna focus to a little bit about the investigation. Then we're gonna move right along. Her car has showed up in several locations, right?
Hmm.
Now, can you tell us, did you get a chance to actually see the video footage that police said where her car had showed up at, what was it, Belton Woods Apartments, I believe, is that the name of the apartment complex? So can you tell us about the information that they shared with you about that? Because this was all after she had left the gas station. So
Right.
after exchanging their son and her daughter, You know, all of this stuff happened after leaving the gas station in the midst of her disappearing. But her car had showed up at an apartment complex 2 different times. Can you tell
If
us about that?
somebody asked the question, were the lottery tickets involved in the case? The fact that folks want to make it seem like she was crazy and dealing all over the place with voodoo and this and that and the other, yeah, I'm sure everybody that's involved is glad it just went all over the place as far as voodoo, witchcraft, the lottery tickets, and everything. None of it has
Yeah,
anything to do with Lex disappearance.
yeah,
And
it
I
does.
said it from the beginning, and I will continue to say it.
Mm-hmm.
My grandson is the motive behind
Yeah,
my daughter's disappearance,
yeah,
and I ain't never wavered.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's just I got to hold my tongue because I can't tell everything. Like if people
yeah.
feel like, I owe them an explanation
You
on
know.
it. And they need updates and this and that and the other. But at the same time, it's me
Mm-hmm.
and her children and the rest of her family that needs this closure as far as what happened to my child at the end of it all.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
my child and
Yeah,
my determination to make sure she gets the justice that she
yeah,
deserves. So I can't, entertain, some people where they say, oh, the mama act like she don't care. She ain't saying nothing and this and that and the other. No, I'm not gonna say nothing because at the end of the day, she ain't yours. She
yeah,
mine.
yeah,
And I'm gonna make sure she get the justice that she
yeah.
deserves.
And we don't need people that's involved to be known to know that people know what's going on or what. So, and to protect the integrity of the investigation. And let me say this: all that voodoo, witchcraft, lottery tickets, that stuff ain't got nothing
Irrelevant,
to do
irrelevant.
with any of this. Okay, it ain't got
And
nothing to do. It don't have nothing to
and
do
truth
with it
be
because.
told,
Go ahead, Miss Alberta.
truth be told, uh, did they ever pay attention to the necklace that he wore
Hmm.
when they talk about voodoo and stuff? Did they pay attention to that? You know, his mentality, the things that he would say as far as I'm God's child, you can't hurt God's child, and this and that. That's because his ass believing that witchcraft shit, and he thought his ass was gonna walk free, even
Mhm.
on those pending charges.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that's
just it just it just ain't. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff and okay, let me see. Yeah, we maybe Miss Alberta, you don't owe these people no explanation. You know, the people that's genuinely support, genuinely support. You have people that come in here that's trolls, and my moderators, please block them, okay? Because I'm finna switch out moderators because I already see y'all ain't really blocking nobody. So everybody getting their moderation took tonight, because and I see it's more people in here that ain't even no moderator that know how to keep the chat clear and defend the victim's family more than the moderators. Miss Amber, don't even pay attention to them comments because ain't nobody
I
studying
don't,
up
because
here.
at the end of all this, the truth is gonna prevail.
The
That's
truth is
all.
gonna be because we know a lot of stuff, but
That's
we ain't
all
gonna
I'm
say
that's all I'm holding on to. I'm
yeah,
gonna let folks continue to think they want the way they want to think. But
exactly.
you know,
And let me tell you something. People gonna say a lot of stuff because when I did the Shanquella Robinson's case, they were saying stuff. I knew the girl. I was in the room. I was the girl cousin. I'm because people just come up with all type of stuff because they need money. They broke. They need content. They don't have content. So what they have to do is they have to keep coming up with narratives to keep the views coming in to make that's just what they do. But you have to
right. And folks pay them for lies. That's what kills me. Folks pay them for lies.
Mhm.
They ain't really put out any concrete evidence,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and they couldn't even
And
produce it in court.
and
Um,
think about it, this way. 99% of the time,
mhm.
it's always the last person that seen you last.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially when you're in a situation such as that. And then who was the first one to try to play me and my daughter for crazy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, who
Yeah.
was the first to jump on social media and trash our name?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but you said you loved me. I
Yeah.
was mondoosed, right? But
Mm-hmm.
none of that, but never mind the fact that she did all she did, and then
Yeah.
I helped her. I
Right.
helped her get him out on bond.
Yes, ma'am.
But if I knew about the shit she was keeping from me, she wouldn't have got nan dollar from me.
Mm-hmm.
Not for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Not for that.
Yes, ma'am.
But you always reap what you sow.
Yep. You do.
And
So,
if
the-
what end up happening, you know, I have both of her kids.
yes, ma'am.
So who's the evil one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what they
Yeah,
try
you're
to
doing
make
a
me out
very
to
good
be.
job. You're doing a very good job, Miss Alberta. You're doing a very, very good job. So proud of you. Do it all. Do it all. You're doing a very good job. Um, I
You
just
know, I used to say, Lord, take me. If something was to happen to one of mine, I don't know how I would deal with it.
yes, ma'am.
I don't know how. But throughout this whole time, I've had my moments,
Yes, ma'am.
you know, um, and I question my own strength sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
But I have three small ones and her two.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have five kids that I have to deal with daily, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I do it all because if if we didn't, these kids could have been separated. You got this one over here wanting his son, the other one wanting his daughter, and I don't know why the hell he wanted his daughter here. You ain't never been no good to her.
Mhm.
You know,
Yes, ma'am.
they they are good.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
ask nobody for nothing. I don't
Yes.
ask nobody for nothing. If somebody want to get them something, that's on them. But I don't ask nobody for nothing.
Yes, ma'am. Doing a very good job. Really are. Doing a very good job. Um, I'm just going to encourage people to go on our website, thencb.com, and you can read the full story. Miss Alberta, um, what do you want the public to know about Alexis and her case?
Just remember, when people put stuff out there, they have to understand. Alexis have kids that's gonna grow up and see some of this negativity that's going on social media today, and stay with the facts. You
Yeah.
know, and instead of being all over the place, pay attention to the facts.
Mhm.
Lex was not one of them parents that didn't care nothing about her kids. Lex had goals. She
Yeah.
had set goals. She had made preparations to complete those goals.
Yeah.
Lex wouldn't have never left here with wanting to go off and live a new life without her children. No, that's not what she wanted.
Yeah.
And she even said she did not want her son to
Mhm.
grow up and be like him.
Yeah.
She said that.
Yeah.
So no, I wasn't gonna sit back and allow it to take place like it was, and they wasn't expecting me to. Of course, people felt like, oh, that's his son or whatever, and she wrong for that, and this and that and the other. Well, my goal was to keep these two children together, and that's what I prayed for, and that's what God gave me. If He saw fit to do it any other way, it wouldn't have been set up the way it is. you know. And just like certain things about, Patterson is coming out, the truth will come out concerning Alexis too.
Yeah.
You know, same
Absolutely.
way he jumped on social media and said that he was out on bond for something that he didn't even do. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
did it.
was it 13 years or 10 years? Because I was saying 13. Was it 13 or 10? How
He
much
got
time?
he got 13, and him and his lawyer asked for a plea deal.
Yeah.
The prosecutors didn't offer that.
Yeah. They wanted to go
They
to
asked
trial.
for it. They wanted
Mhm.
to go to trial. They asked for a plea deal. You know why? Because he was looking at life.
Yeah.
He was looking at life.
Because you were going to get on the stand and you were going to testify about all of the things that,
I knew
yeah, that you knew. Yeah. Yeah.
directly because he told me himself. But yet and still, you want to get on social media and talk about the very one that you done told stuff to.
Yeah.
He definitely had me fucked up.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
I let it be known. I
Yeah.
let it be known. I said when the first time he did that live and he talked shit about me and my child, the very two that helped him, I said that's all right. I got
Yeah.
something for that ass.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was scheduled to testify the next day after
Mhm.
he took that plea.
Yeah.
And people that think that I'm scared of him, far from it.
Yeah.
He got the wrong one, and he fucked with the wrong child.
Yeah. Cause man, I just want to say that he was found, he pleaded guilty, meaning that he admitted to these charges of attempted murder, discharging a firearm into a dwelling, criminal conspiracy, obstruction of justice, possession of a firearm, possession of a weapon during a violent crime, first degree burglary. And that was it. He's been sentenced to 13 years in the South Carolina adult corrections. Um, Now, Miss Alberta, how do you feel knowing that this dangerous, violent guy is off the streets and he's in prison, but it's not for anything related to Alexis's case? But how does it make you feel knowing that he for the next 13 years of his life he'll have to spend it behind bars?
Good for him.
Yeah,
But people can see that he's a liar
yeah,
because
yeah.
he sure jumped on Facebook the morning of
Hmm.
and said that he was gonna beat them charges.
Yeah, I got that video. That's the video I was that I got that I was going to play. Yeah. Wow. I want to back up real quick, Miss Alberta, before I let you go. Um, that night that Alexis went missing, can you? Because I know we got off topic with the lottery ticket thing, but can you tell me what investigators told you about her car being at two different locations, or excuse me, being at one location, this apartment complex, twice at one time and an hour afterwards?
Yeah. So when after she left the gas station, yes, her car was picked up in Beltonwood Apartments
Mm,
at 7:30. Her tag, actually,
right. Yeah.
her tag. They have a traffic cam right there outside the apartment, so
Hmm.
it doesn't see the vehicles coming in. It only picks up the vehicle tags
Got
when
you.
you're leaving out. So
Okay.
twice her car was picked up twice
Hmm.
at 7:30
I believe
and
850,
then
right?
again at 8:50.
Yeah.
Um, around 7:30 is when I got the phone call.
Mhm.
Think about the phone call itself. Why would you call and pretend that you're panicking
Yeah.
about her driving when everybody know how she drive? Hell, her insurance is in my name because she was such a high risk driver.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that didn't worry me because we all knew how she drove. You know,
Hmm.
but I feel like for him to call me at 7:30, you're already trying to set up your alibi because who the hell knew what was going to take place thereafter?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, at this seven, I had went on to Google. Y'all know you got Google Maps, right? Where you can look up stuff. I was on the Google Maps and I was looking at the road, and I was trying to figure out that because it's a hotel that's right in front of that store. So I was saying, well, did she go right or did she turn left if she's leaving the store facing that hotel? Now, if you go right, there's a long stretch of woods, meaning that if there is a traffic light camera ahead, at the end of that road or somewhere, the camera only gonna pick up however far it can pick up from the time you get into the angle of the camera until you get to the traffic light. But it's not going to pick up in the area where the long stretch of woods at. So if she went that way, it's possible that he could have made her pull over, or somebody else could have jumped in her car, and then they drove wherever they drove to these places in Belton Wood and parked their car or whatever they did to stash it. But it just, to me, in my opinion, seems like that somebody else was in that car. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
At some point, somebody else got inside of that car.
Right. What I'm gonna tell you what I think, and then as far as that part, I think her daughter would have told me. Naomi would have told me, because she's now 11, and Naomi be 12 in November. Yeah. But she was 9 years old when this happened, and everything she said then, she's still saying it. She says it now. Even about his GPS monitor, she tells me, Gigi, I don't care what they say about that GPS monitor, he was not there. Yeah, that's what she said. And but as far as your theory, I do believe, had that taken place like that, she would have told me.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because she was in the car with TJ. Got you.
Right.
So let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. So, was it planned for Gigi to get in the car, or it was? You still don't know. Well, we do know that TJ wanted to see his son that night because that's what Gigi had communicated.
Well, think about it. Mm-hmm. That's what it's been all about, right?
Right.
Just want to see his son, right?
Right.
He could have came down here that Saturday. If it was just about seeing his son, he could have came down here that Saturday.
Right.
But he didn't. He kept pushing her to come to Anderson.
Yeah.
Sunday, if it was just about seeing his son, he could have went to Greenville.
Yeah.
He could have went to Greenville, but he didn't. Why would you have your baby mama drive all the way to Anderson with no gas? Why the hell you in Cash Apple?
Yeah.
Why was it after she come to Anderson to bring you your son, I will put gas in your car?
Something is just so weird about this store. I'm going back to the gas station part. That's why I was okay. So
keep in mind, when he was on that GPS monitor, his curfew was 9 o'clock.
Right.
It was just about seeing your son. Hell, Greenville's 30 minutes from Anderson. Why he didn't get in his car? Why she had to go to Anderson?
Yeah.
Because she was set up.
Yeah. It was staged.
What took place?
Yeah.
It was staged to look like all he wanted to do was see his son. That's not what it was.
It was to stop her from going to Atlanta.
It was to stop her from moving to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But she said, I'm done. And people don't even know. You jump on social media and you try to talk about her. You try to make it seem like, hey, look at me. I can get any woman I want. Me and Lex was done in October. Let's not forget, I left Lex. Lex didn't leave me. Okay?
Right.
So, y'all not together. You left in October. Explain why he put his hands on her in January.
Yeah.
Explain why there's a text conversation between him and her where he's telling her he didn't give a fuck who she was with. He didn't care if she was just talking to somebody, let alone dealing with somebody else, that he would do something to her. You see that text?
Yeah, it's all on. Yep, it's all on the website.
So, but
All of
on social media, when he's talking, he want to make it look like he's distancing himself from her, that he wouldn't like that about Les, but really, you were,
mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm talking about to the point where I was trying to be civil with him,
Yeah.
and he come down here to get his son one weekend. And he asked me if I had any updates. See, people don't understand that was the reason why he was trying to be close to me in the beginning. You know, I felt like the reason why he wanted to conversate with me in the very beginning is because if I could convince Lex mama
Mm-hmm.
that I ain't had nothing to do with it, then I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about to the point where he always wanted to talk to me on video chat, where he's crying and sobbing so hard that you can barely understand his words. He choking so. So you know, I'm
Just
looking at
act.
him, and you know, he wants me convince me. Damn, ain't no way he had something to do with my child. Like not the way he
Yeah.
crying and going on,
Yeah.
you know. But I tell people he changed his stripes too soon. He gave me room to sit back and evaluate and analyze the entire situation. That's what he did. And I knew then. There's a part where he asked me, why would Lex go out here to Beltonwood Apartments? Who she know out there in Beltonwood Apartments? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know nobody that live out here in these apartments. I'm getting ready to go out here. It wasn't even 2 minutes later. He called me back and said that he was there. Well, hell, you had to already be there because it wasn't even 2 minutes from the time he said, I'm getting ready to go out there, that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to call you back.
Mm-hmm.
But it even that didn't even make sense.
Can you think of any reason why she would have went to Belton Wood? Because that's why I go back to, like, I don't like, me and you talked offline, off the record, you know, when we have long conversations. But it always bothered me as to why she left out the gas station. She sped up, like she got in front, turned off, and then her car is in these different places, or you know, at this apartment place twice. It's like did she do all of that, or is somebody else in the car with done got in the car and did something? Because when her car was found, it was all of her belongings, her clothes, children clothes. Bunny was
See, that part, as far as
yeah,
clothes being in the car,
yeah,
Lex had just left here that
yeah,
Sunday. You talking about being gone the
mhm,
whole weekend. So the
yeah,
clothes that was in the car was clothes that she had here and just
yeah,
hadn't taken out the car when she got home.
right,
You
yeah,
know, and
yeah,
I believe it's my belief that when she went to Anderson,
mhm,
Lex didn't have no intentions. Lex didn't know that she wasn't going home,
yeah,
but somebody else had plans for that. I
mm,
don't think, because on the video, when you go back to the video footage at 7-Eleven, the
mhm,
kids were in their night clothes. And I believe Lex had every intentions to go wherever she was going, because, you know, she was familiar with some people. I'm finding out that she's familiar. She was familiar with some people in those apartments that's actually linked to him, who said he didn't know anybody that lived in them apartments. That's a lie.
mm,
Uh,
mhm.
so I don't know if
Wow.
he sent her on a dummy mission or what. But when Lex gave him them kids, she didn't have no intentions on not returning home.
Yeah,
Lex, I believe, thought she was going to run an errand or something or do something. I don't know if she was asked by him or what, but
yeah,
um I don't I think she had every intention to go back and pick up those kids because, like she said, Naomi had school the next day.
yeah,
She was, but even with Naomi getting out of the car at the gas station, I believe the reason for that is because somebody knew what was about to happen
mhm,
and made sure both of them kids was out that car.
yeah. It's so
And,
sad.
and then to try to redirect and make it seem like she said she was going to her mama house. Ain't no way in the hell she said she was going to her mama house. She had just left here.
Yeah, she had just left the same day.
Had just left here, so that wouldn't have made no sense to ride out gas that she didn't even really have.
Yeah,
Coming back down here.
right.
But
That
there's
is
only one
crazy.
person. There's only one remember, it's only one person that said she said that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When
Wow.
I hung up with my child, she was comfortable in her own bed.
Yeah.
And I don't think she had any intentions on leaving out, period.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't have any intentions on going nowhere at all. None.
That's crazy.
You know, but
Now, you saw the video footage at the gas station, right, Miss Alberta?
mhm,
Can you tell
mhm.
us what you saw? Because I did
Uh,
briefly tell them about a truck. Can you tell us what you saw on that surveillance footage that police showed you?
yeah. So you see her actually sitting at the gas pump waiting for him to pull up. And then when he pulled up, he went in the store and paid for gas. And when he came back out, they got the gas or whatever. And then you could see them standing in front of each other talking. And then she gave him the kids. He got the kids out the car. And you can actually see his hand resting on the hood of the car on the passenger side. Hell, they ain't even get them prints.
They did not get those prints.
But they tell you, the car done been wiped down. Hell, her children prints wasn't even in the car. My prints are registered. My prints
Yeah.
should have been in her car.
Yeah.
They ain't get none of that. That right there let me know that her car had been wiped down. And I saw him touch the car as he reached in to get the car seat.
So now I'm thinking, okay, wow. So he reached in and got the car seat. And then
Yep.
what else did you see then?
Both kids got out and got in his car. And then after that, you really don't see anything after that because what a coincidence. A truck pulls up parallel parked right there in front of the door. And it was, I know people that mixed up with saying that it was a 18-wheeler, but it was a delivery truck. I know it had to be a delivery truck, you know.
Yeah.
It
What
just
make you
pulled
think
up
it was
at
a
the wrong
delivery?
time because of the way they park,
Okay.
right there across the front entrance of the door. And
Mm-hmm.
so when that truck parked right there, you could no longer see out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It blocked the whole view of the camera. You couldn't even see what direction they went in when they pulled out the parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all I had was, what my granddaughter was able to tell us, and people say, oh, that baby knows something, that baby knows something. Um,
I wonder if we took.
Told them what
Go ahead.
she knew right then. They
Yeah.
talked to her the very next day. They talked to her that Monday.
Yeah.
So, and then when they, you know, jump out there and act like I'm keeping her from talking, why would I keep her from telling what happened to her mama, my child?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But I just say, people like negative stuff. And time somebody say something about her mama, this and that, they believe it. And I don't have the time to entertain folks. I people are gonna believe what they want to believe. They're gonna say what they want to say,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna think what they want to think. And
Yeah.
I had to come to terms. Damn it, you can't fight the world.
No.
Hell, you have to just get to the point where you don't give a damn what nobody say. You know what was what. I know the relationship that me and my child had, and so I just
That's
have to
all that
step.
matters.
and say, so what? Because hell, everybody's not gonna like you. At the end of the day, everybody's not gonna like you. And so fucking what? Because I don't like them either. I don't like them either. So
Yeah.
I can't make everybody feel a certain way about me. But
Yeah.
they crazy as hell what they believe about me.
Yeah. And you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain that to them, Miss Alberta. They'll find out. The truth gonna come out.
And it's
You know,
coming back.
yeah, it's gonna
It's
come
coming.
out. It's gonna come out. Let me ask you a couple of more questions. What I know the last time we talked, the police had not done anything. What are they doing now as it relates to finding Alexis or this investigation?
Well, at this point, what I'm recognizing is they're tight-lipped, just like I am, because I feel like why should I let every person know, you know, what I know, because we still don't know where she at, and ain't no need letting folks know what we know,
Mm-hmm.
So they can change their moves.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
But
do it.
what is
And
the
as
police
far as
doing?
the police, they tight-lipped, and that's the reason why they tight-lipped, because it's just been all over the place on social media, you know,
So they're
information about
looking
the
they're looking
information.
to social media to investigate instead of going out and doing physical
Well, what
investigative
happened
work.
was I cannot say that they didn't slack off in the beginning, because that's exactly how I felt. You
Mhm.
know, it hurt me that I felt like my daughter case was not taken serious in the beginning. It was reported back to me that they actually felt like me and my child was in cahoots trying to pull a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
So in the beginning, they didn't believe that she was really missing,
that's crazy.
you know,
Yeah,
and thanks to social media, they just made it even worse.
yeah.
And then people say, well, ain't nobody talking now. Well, why y'all think ain't nobody talking?
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, they
So yeah,
did. They did. That pussy ass dude. Excuse my language, Miss Alberta. That. Oh, I want to say it so bad, but I'm just trying to be professional right now. But that damn conspiracy theorist punk over there on YouTube with all that drama. And I don't want to give him no clout because really, like all that internet stuff, the dude is a clown. He take real stories and he make jokes of families' pain and suffering. And
mhm,
you don't you don't joke around with people loved one is done died
mhm,
and missing and stuff. People don't play around like that. So
right,
you got to know when to play and when to be serious and when it's not a joke and matter. You get what I'm honest? You
right.
get what I'm saying? But go ahead, Miss Alberta. Finish what you were saying.
And see, you had, even my granddaughter's daddy, he was part of it. He
Mhm.
was part of it, creating fake pages and putting out fake information about her. She a prostitute. Oh,
Yeah.
she running around robbing drug dealers. She ran out because she got AIDS. All kind of stuff, and it
Mhm.
was linked back to him. All because of the way he spelled certain words. That's how
Yeah.
we figured out it was him.
Yeah.
Because you're a dumbass and can't spell. That's how we figured that out. You know.
Ah!
And
Right.
you ain't even thinking about how your daughter gonna feel about you jumping on social media talking about her mama.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody had so much to say and didn't know nothing.
Mhm.
And that ugly rat face you talking about,
I can't stand it. That's all right.
Lord have mercy.
No, I ain't gonna say it. Let me say this. A news outlet, WSPA 7 News, had did an article a month ago, and they said family of missing woman to unveil new bill targeting cold cases. Um, do you know about that bill I'm talking about, Miss Alberta?
Yeah, they done made fun of that. It's like
Okay, well, listen, we ain't gonna talk about what they said about it. We're gonna promote justice for your daughter. because we want to take the time to spend on sharing her story, because these people that are attacking you, they are nobodies. They don't know what you know, and they're going to attack you because you're not saying anything.
Right.
This new bill here is a bill that your family came up. It's called the Alexis Ware Act to enhance missing person investigations. Can you tell us a little bit
And
about
that,
that bill?
and the reason for that is because um last year on that anniversary date, we went to the Attorney General's office in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
They told me someone would reach out to me within 3 days, took my phone number. I never got that phone call. To this day, I have yet to get that phone call.
Wow.
Um, I've made several attempts talking to someone with the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
They tell me they know about my daughter's case. They are willing to help with her case, but they have to be invited in. Um, just this past March,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a letter to SLED on how I felt about Anderson County,
Yeah.
and all I asked for was I had to do it. They told me I had to put a request for a meeting in writing. So that's what I did.
Okay.
So when I requested this meeting, I had to go in great detail on everything that I done had to deal with concerning my daughter's case and how I felt about Anderson County,
Right.
and only to get denied even a meeting. I didn't
Yeah.
even get a meeting, you know. Um, Along with that meeting, I had already put together a package
Yeah.
of everything I found
Mm-hmm.
concerning her disappearance.
Yeah.
And it's no hearsay or anything. This written proof, evidence,
Mm-hmm.
uh, even information on certain people.
Yeah.
So in that meeting, I was gonna get him this folder,
Yeah. Yeah.
only for them to turn around a week later and deny my request for even a sit down. Like y'all don't even want to hear nothing I got to say.
Yeah.
Like y'all not curious of what information I got,
Yeah.
you know. Um, and so after they denied that request, that's when we came up with that bill,
The
and
bill.
it's only for, you know, families that feel like these certain law enforcement agencies are not doing what they have to do for these families,
Mhm.
where we don't have to wait for that certain agency to say, yes, can you come in and assist me? The
Right.
FBI, can you come in and assist us? Where it's saying um the family, the immediate family can go to SLED and say, I would like for you to take over my daughter's case.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And
Yeah.
so it allows them to have that case for a year. And if, you know, family feel like, you know, that their family member's case is not
Mhm.
developing any leads within that year, where family can go and request SLED to
Yeah.
take over that
Yeah.
case and not have to be invited in,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's where it's at now.
That's how it works. Normally, if they'll call in for South Carolina, SLED. For North Carolina is North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation, but they call those people in to investigate as an independent agency. But that is really really good, because you have a lot of these agencies where families want another agency to investigate because of the jellyback investigation that's happening within, the county, whatever
Right,
happen
right.
at. But families should be able to petition the court, or should be able to explain, or should be able to go and tell the SBI, hey, we want you to come in and investigate this, because Anderson County has been 2 years. They have not done nothing. There's no lead. There's nothing. They're sitting around. They're believing stuff that's not true. And we need help. My daughter is missing. So I really do think that is a great idea. And I know some people up there in South Carolina, and I'm gonna send that to. Hopefully they can read it. But I saw it in the news outlet when I was doing some research on the story again earlier today. Um, and Miss Alberta's daughter's story, Alexis' story, has been on Dateline already. It has been worldwide. Her story, I mean, there's no news outlet that has not covered this story. For those in the comments that's saying call these people, it's all out there. All you gotta do is Google it. She's been on Dateline. They've been on every podcast, every blog. I mean, the story is out there, but we need to keep the story alive. Miss Alberta, before I go, because I know I kept you long. Before I go,
It's
I want to
okay.
ask you.
It's okay. They sleep now.
I want to ask you a question before we go. What advice would you give to other families that's going through a similar situation?
You got to stay on it, because if you don't, it's just gonna fall to the wayside, and it's gonna just end up as a cold case.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've never, there's some things going on now that gives me a little hope,
Mm-hmm.
But as far as me, I've always stayed on top of her case.
Yeah.
If it's
Yeah.
the last breath in me, I'm gonna make sure
I know
Alexis
that's
Ware get the justice that she deserves.
yes, ma'am.
They really messed up when they did this one here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really messed up. They try to make it seem like nobody cared nothing about her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Biggest mistake they ever made.
You're a fighter.
She was going places. She had plans. She had goals. She made, moves. And she told me, "Mom, I want to build a legacy for my kids."
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just have to keep going for her.
Yeah. You just got to keep going. You are a fighter, Miss Alberta, and I'm just so grateful that I met you and that you had trusted, because people don't understand. When I first reached out to Miss Alberta, and I had saw somebody in the comments say this is her first time speaking out. No, she spoke out last year. This is our second interview, for your information.
Besides
But
talking on the phone, and I will speak to certain ones. I have my pick, and no, I spoke to Dateline too.
yeah,
I
yeah,
It's several that has reached out to me,
yeah,
but hey, people got to find something.
yeah.
They make me sick.
And I want
You
to
got to
tell y'all
find
how.
something to complain about.
Yeah, and I want to tell people how hard it was, because when I first reached out to Miss Alberta was hesitant because she had just experienced this other guy on YouTube, or whatever, and she was just really one trying to go to no blogs and do no more interviews. And I had told her, I was like, I'm not that type of person, and I showed you, right? I showed you, Miss Alberta, I've been a very honest, open person to you. I've always extended my hand to help. She knows it was a minute because life get to life, and but I tell parents all the time when they come to my platform, or not just parents but victims, when you come to the NCB, I treat you with care. You know what I'm saying? We don't make a joke out of your story. This is
Right.
why God gave me this platform. You know what I'm saying? And I think in next week I'm gonna sit down and talk about all my troubles of how I came to starting my blog, because a lot of people don't know about it. It's a lot of misinformation out there, and sometimes you got to tell your own story. But I tell families all the time, I don't believe in setting up. You have people that do set up interviews. You get people on an interview and you set them up with questions. You have your followers dog them out, and you just disrespect them, and you have no respect, and that's why people won't come and sit with you and talk with you. But
Right.
I've been doing this for a very, 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 very long time. And I'm just so grateful that you came on here to share with us, even after you went through so much. It was Miss Alberta. I'm so sorry for all of that stuff you went through with the internet. Everybody is not, you know what I'm saying? Some people just have that personality, like, hey, how you doing? But that don't mean they stuck up, they mean, they ain't showing no emotions.
Right.
Everybody's not a crybaby like you. Some people going through worse hell than we going through, and they holding it in. They just know how to suppress it. They just know how to deal with it. Everybody don't have to be, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just for you to feel like that they care, or like,
Right.
you know. So my encouragement to you is that anytime you need to get something out about your daughter's story, anytime you need to talk to me, you can call me. You come on the NC Beat. The door is always open. You know, you don't have to go to these platforms where people are going to bully you and berate you and try to twist your words and confuse you. And
Well,
you know,
that's what they did the whole time. Even when I, talk to you, they'll take the conversation that we had and then twist that.
yeah.
They just always got
Mhm.
something to say. Like, and I sit back and I pay attention. And I'm like, you
Mhm.
know, they actually making money off of my child's name,
Yeah.
telling lies.
Yeah.
And they make fun and they think it's so
Yeah.
uh cute and and
Yeah.
and but that's just like this bill.
And we already
This
talked about that
bill
too. Yeah, go ahead,
is
Miss Alberta.
set in place for, you got to think that it's going on. It's 2.5 years.
Mhm.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Um, and we still don't know where my daughter at.
Yeah.
But this bill, it's gonna affect the next young woman or teenage girl, or even our black men are starting to come up more and more, coming up missing, and
Yeah.
people don't even understand why they're making fun of the bill. It could be one of theirs.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
this could happen to anybody. So they have to think, they have to be cautious of some of the things that they say,
Mhm.
because it's just not about Lex. This bill is not just about Lex.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about the next black woman that goes missing, and these agencies are not doing anything about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And family would then have the right to say, I'm done. You know, I done waited for you to give me some answers.
Yeah.
Now I want SLED to come in and take over my child's case.
Yeah.
That's what it's doing. That's
Yeah.
what we're leading to. It's not just about Lex.
Yeah.
We got kids going missing every day.
Mhm. But
Every day.
people don't understand that it takes someone to get somewhere or to do something for something to come out to help other people. And a lot of times you're going to name it behind. This is the Alexis Ware bill, where if a family feels like that the police is doing a jelly bad job, not doing nothing on the child's case, they go straight. Thank God for Alexis Ware that her mom came up with this bill, because now our family don't have to wait for the jellyback sheriff's departments or police departments in South Carolina. We go straight to SLED and ask for them to get involved in this investigation. You get what
Right,
I'm saying? So,
right,
but at the end of the day, like you said, it's to help all people who have loved ones that are missing and the police are jellyback on the case. So,
right,
um, yeah, and people are just, a lot of times people do stuff because they just want a reaction, but we're more focused on Alexis and finding her, so that this family can get justice and truth can, be finally told or come out as to what really happened to her. 2 years and this young lady is still missing, and her story has been on every media outlet in the world. And it's just so hard for me to believe that don't nobody know where she is
exactly,
or what happened or who did
exactly.
what to her. I
As
just,
if she was nothing, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
just thrown away somewhere out there. People thought it was a joke.
yeah,
They laughed about it.
Yeah.
you know, but they not the ones that had to deal with her children, you
Mhm.
know, where her children are having nightmares,
Mhm.
and her daughter is being picked on,
Yeah.
you know, or her son is waking up screaming and hollering because he's saying, I see my mom and she scares me. People don't know what I deal with. You know, he's telling me that her eyes are red and he see blood on her shirt. And he's screaming. And he don't just do it when he sleep at home. He's doing when he's at school at nap time. I have co-teachers that send for me and telling me did did I know that he's waking up screaming and running to his teacher about his mom.
Mhm.
And I'm sharing with them that he does this at night, you know. He
Yeah.
sees her. You know, he's 4 years old. He had just turned 2 when she went missing. And this child still remember his mom. I got a neighbor down the street, same color vehicle, same car, same exact car and color. She drove by going home and he said, Gigi, my mama got a car like that. This child has a long memory. I
Mhm.
said, you remember that? You know, and he see, you know, I go to the store and I get him a Gatorade. Gigi, my mama used to get me a blue Gatorade. And you know what? That's what she used to buy.
Mm.
Blue Gatorade. He remembers that,
Mm.
you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Wow.
we constantly. He looked at some pictures at her of her today. Um, and I said, who is that? That's mommy. So, you know, I don't know if he's going to remember any of that when he gets older, but I try to, you know, keep his memory going as far. But he's doing an excellent job on his own. You know, he remember his mama, and of course, you know, Naomi had some long years with her, so that bothers her. You know, you got kids, these kids today. Oh my God. You know, that's why you ain't got no mama. Or go find your mama. You know, you think this child want to hear that? You know,
Mhm.
but these kids are cruel.
Yeah.
They are cruel.
Yeah.
And I try to, you know, pray over her and encourage her and, you know, try to get her to, you know, not allow everything that people say penetrate you,
Yeah.
because people gonna say mean things, but it's how you deal with it that's gonna get you through.
Mhm.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
you have to stay. I stay on it. You
Yeah.
know, this kid here, she worried. You know, but she she has made it so
Yeah.
far. She's making it so far. She is striving to be great. You know, this girl get A's and B's, A's and B's.
Yeah.
And it amazes me that she can actually stay focused and get these A's and B's. This her last report card, all A's, all
Wow.
A's. You know, and it's like, dang,
Yeah.
all this, you know, with being bullied and picked on and name calling and all this stuff, and she's still getting it.
Yeah.
You
She's
know.
still being bullied at this school?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Oh
need
yeah.
when we get off here, I need the number to the school because we ain't finna we're not about to do this bullying because a young girl lost her life in Mississippi being bullied, and her mom went online to share her daughter's story about how her daughter took her life due to some bullies at the school. And the mom never said the girls' names, and she was just basically spreading awareness about bullying and teenage mental health. And all of a sudden, four parents from 4 girls that went to this school have filed a lawsuit against this mom, claiming she was slandering their daughter's name, but she never said their names. And then they come back and hit her last week with an emergency temporary order, makes her shut down all of her TikTok. I'm gonna do a live about that too. They made her shut down all of her TikToks, the mom, and told her, you can't talk about your daughter's story no more. You can't say nothing about bullying her. Yes, this happening right now in Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
And
Jackson,
that's sad that these parents, they get all caught up in their kids' mess,
yeah,
instead of disciplining them and getting on them and tell them that's not how we treat people.
exactly.
Yeah, these kids that's being bullied, they are human beings just like
Yeah,
you are, and they
yeah,
feelings hurt the same way yours are hurt.
yeah.
And I call the school and I tell them, hey, I will not lose my granddaughter
Yeah.
behind these kids picking on her and making her feel like she's nothing,
Yeah.
because she is somebody,
Yeah.
and y'all want to call me when she react. Well, damn it, you can't back a snake in the corner and they gonna strike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
call me when she beat the hell out of somebody. Don't call me then.
You know they're gonna call then.
Yeah, they'll
Because they
call
always,
then.
that's what happens now. If Aubrey Wyatt would have jumped on these girls, attacked these girls, or your grandkids would have attacked someone who was bullying them, then they would be suspended. They would have juvenile charges, but yet the bully never get anything done to them. They never get suspended. It's just like a person that's driving a
No
car
consequence.
drunk. No consequences. It's just like a person driving a car drunk. You have a wreck and you kill everybody in the car and you the only one survive. It's so backwards. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, we're not gonna do this bullying stuff. And I want to start seeing these schools bullying policies. What's your bullying policy? Like, how long does it take for you to take action? How many times does a student have to tell you that I'm being bullied, that I can't take this anymore, for you to take action? Like, what's your policies? Because this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Miss Wyatt's, the Aubrey Wyatt case, her mom has a case against the school because this girl was reporting that she was being bullied, and yet y'all did nothing.
They did nothing
on bullying? So if I disrespect the teacher, cuss the teacher out, wouldn't that be considered bullying though? Although it would be also disrespect, right? But when the students do it to the other students, there's no consequences.
Right. Right.
I don't understand it. It's so crazy.
Right. It is.
Miss Alberta, thank you so much. You got something else to say?
Oh,
Go ahead.
We can go on and on, but I just wish that it's somebody out there that knows something.
Yeah.
And this could have been, their sister, their mother, their cousin, their daughter.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, some people that's out there and they know what happened. You would think, their countries all to be eating them up.
Yeah, it is. And let me say this, because I don't promote. Let me say this, because when it comes down to stories like these, I have to say this to people, y'all that's tuned in. Let me tell you something. You can call Crime Stoppers and you can give them a tip on crime, anything that especially missing people cases like this. If you don't want to testify, if you don't want to be your name, you don't want your name or nothing, you don't want no traces of your phone, if you don't want nothing, you can always give a tip to Crime Stoppers if you know something, and they will pay you. They will pay you for that tip. Some of y'all need money anyway, and you're not going to do nothing unless you got money. They will pay you. And the thing about it is, they will give you a code to go get the money where don't nobody know your name, or you can send somebody else to go get the money. So if you know something, you don't have to be worried about your name being put on paper. But in situations like this, missing children cases, missing people cases, murder cases, and you know something and you just don't want your name to be put down on paper and you scared, you can always send anonymous tips to Crime Stoppers. They don't a judge will have to order them to release your name, and that's not going to happen because that's how
Right.
they catch criminals. Say, motherfuckers be dropping tips on my motherfucker. He's a blogger. He's writing about me. You know, it's just, but you know, if you have
You
any
know,
information,
when I tried to create a GoFundMe just for, information,
yeah,
the whole thing would have went towards somebody,
yeah,
but they made fun of that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's crazy. So I mean, it is a 5,000 reward on with Crime Stoppers,
Mm-hmm.
but
And that's any information that's leading up to whoever is responsible for
Alexis or who
Alexis
is
or
responsible.
yeah, and you don't have to give your name. I have a lot of people that come to me with anonymous tips and stuff, and I tell them, you know, you go, you know, get your $2,500, your $5,000. They give it to you. They'll give you a code, and you go right up in their bank, and they give you you get them the code. They're gonna give you your money. They're gonna ask you for your name, or you can send somebody to go get it for you. They'll give them a code, get your money, they'll bring your money back. You know, but it's a lot of people, especially people that live in neighborhoods where there's a lot of crime and people want to live, they want their children to grow up in these neighborhoods, and people be coming about shooting and doing all this stuff, robbing people. You know who it is, and you want some money, but some people just don't tell. But I feel like in certain situations, when you know something, you should say something, especially when you got a case like this, you got missing children cases, you got people in the neighborhood that's messing with the children, and say something. Why you want people messing with kids? I mean, but if you know any information or you have any information on the whereabouts of Alexis Ware, please call the Anderson County Sheriff's Office. Or is there any number they can call you, Miss Alberta, or you rather for them to call the police? And I don't know
Yeah,
if
just
you,
call
yeah,
Anderson. I don't want my phone blowing up, Lord
yeah,
have mercy.
or Anderson, Crime Stoppers. Do you have what's your cash app, Miss Alberta? Because they've been blowing me up on this phone asking for your cash app. You got a cash app?
Yeah, but
They want to see some money.
to the kids, not
They said
me.
they you to the kids. I mean, if they send it to you, we already know you're gonna take care of the kids anyway. You ain't like them other people up here. Y'all sending it to me. They bought them some new shoes. You gonna do what you supposed to. Miss Alberta said she they let me say you gotta so how can you not
I
tell
mean,
no
I just
exactly. They tell me I started GoFundMe. Last time she started GoFundMe, them people over there, them conspiracy theorists, they don't know nothing about the case. Instead of them doing due journalism, or journalistic work or doing research like I do, they rather go online and speculate. I'm gonna go to
right.
the source. I'm gonna go to the source. She's trying to find a
They gonna be surprised when this all hit the fan. They're gonna be very surprised.
mhm. And you know what? I tell people all the time, people know what they done said and what they done did, and that's why they go through what they go through individually. When people start going through stuff, they start thinking about or stuff is being shown to them what they done did.
Right. Didn't somebody say they solved the case?
Listen, you know what, Miss
And
Albert,
well,
I don't.
he said he had them locked up too. Here, he had nothing to do with that.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let me see. Let me put your cash up here. Let me just put it on my side to make sure I got it right. Miss Alberta, we really appreciate you for coming over.
He wasn't even on parole. He said he had him locked up for violation. He wasn't even on parole.
Wait, what happened?
He said he had TJ locked up because he was on parole.
Oh, that's what old dude said.
Right.
Hmm.
No.
Okay, y'all, it is $. Let me put it up here in the chat because they've been blowing me up. Uh, okay, Miss Alberta's cash app. Miss Alberta's cash app is A.G. Simpkins. All right, I think that's it right here. Where'd it go? Oh, there you go, right there. All right, this is Miss Alberta's cash app. That's it right there, AG Simpkins. Yep, that's it. All right, y'all. If you want to donate to Miss Alberta, to the kids, to her, show love and support, you can. Miss Alberta, thank you so much
You
for
you
tuning
wouldn't believe
in and coming
it's a
on.
fake cash app going around. Um
Uh, well,
and
this
it
the
was
real one.
created it was created when was it? I know it was November 22.
Mm.
And what they did was they put a second S on
Uh,
Simpkins at the end. And if you're not paying attention,
you gonna put it in, yeah.
yeah.
One S, AG Simpkins, one S. Miss Alberta, thank you so much for coming on tonight and tuning in with us. I really appreciate you.
And
I-
I promise you know, when it's all over with, I'm gonna give you exclusive.
oh,
We're
you
gonna
heard
go
that? The
into detail.
exclusive.
We're gonna
Yes.
go into details.
Yeah, we coming to South Carolina for that one. I'm coming to South Carolina for that exclusive right there. We're gonna be in South Carolina for that exclusive. So thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Miss Alberta, thank you so much. We are praying for you, justice for your daughter. And I hope they blow your cash app up tonight. So, pay a little bills, get the kids, whatever you need to get, do whatever you want to do. We want to support and show you love.
Hey, it's back to school for them, so that's where to go.
And listen, all right then. And we got some extra school supplies. We're gonna send it. So and if you need some, just I'm gonna talk to you offline of what I'm gonna do. But thank you so much for coming on, and I really appreciate you. And I'll give you a call tomorrow.
All righty.
Good night. We love you, Miss Alberta.
Good night. Love you too.
Y'all, that was Miss Alberta Simpkins. All right. That is Alexis Ware's mom. Okay. That's her cash app right there. AG Simpkins, $ AG Simpkins. And you can show your support and your love for her. Y'all, I encourage you, you can go to our website, thencbeat.com. You can search Alexis Ware and you will see her story. Read how this woman was in fear of her life from TJ and how she ran, and just read all of those text messages. And thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight, Beat Mob. I appreciate y'all. To the people who I said, I saw some people up in there that said they want to be moderators. If you want to be a moderator, DM me. I will know who you are because I know who follows me and I know who be in the chat every time I'm live. So I know because I'm going to switch up some stuff because it was just too much that came in that was distracting Miss Alberta, and I did not like that. So please reach out to me. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, Beat Mob. Peace. Oh, they said, Gerald, find out if she have a P.O. box. Hold on, let me write that down. Let me get the notes so I can let me see, get the notes. Find out if Miss Alberta have P.O. box. All right, I wrote it down for you. I'll ask her. You said I'm showing two, huh? No, that's the right one. I got it pulled up right here. Let me see. It's AG, the one that's up here, AG Simpkins. They say and sizes. Let me see sizes. And sizes. All right, I got you. All right, Beat Mob. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, keep your notifications on throughout the week. Okay. And listen, they got this new feature on Facebook. It's like a little broadcast channel. I think I'll talk about it tomorrow if I go live for a little bit to talk about it, or I might just share it. But it's a little broadcast feature because I know a lot of people don't get the notifications when I go live, or you get them like an hour or 45 minutes late. But they got this new feature on Facebook where you can join this broadcast group, and I can just like shoot a message and say, hey, Beat Mob, I'm getting ready to go live at a certain time. So you will know when I'm actually live or when I'm about to go live. And you can click on and know when to come on instead of having to wait until the notification pop up. So that's a good feature, and it is a push notification. So that's good too. So anyways, Beat Mob, I'll be back live sometime this week. I'm trying to get back on schedule. So just bear with me. Bear with me. All right.